Peace, peace. We about to get it started before I get my day started. So I'm gonna always jump on here and share the love with the people and let the chips fall where they may be. Yeah. 1 second. We gonna get this show on the road. Y'all doing all right? Dum da dum. Da dum da dum 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 dum. Dum da dum. Dum da dum 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 dum. Dum da dum. Yeah. Do. I hope everybody doing all right. Got a lot of light going on in the back. I got a lot of light going on in the background. Let me see. It's beaming. But it's good. I like it beaming. So it's all good. Let it beam. Let it beam. How about that? That really beaming like that. Oh well. But we'll give it a second. Don't want to miss this drop. It's going to be illuminating. Illuminating. Do. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Because I always like to start at the 5 minute mark. So we got 30 seconds left. And then we're going to get started. Yep, we about to. We got a couple seconds. And it's on. Peace, 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 peace. Let me get some little watermelon juice. It's almost 10:30, so I got about an hour before I gotta go. Yep, got about an hour before I gotta leave. So bear with me. I'm not gonna rush, but I always like to enlighten my brothers and sisters over a lot of topics that I do when I lecture and things. So I always just want to share a little bit with my brothers and sisters, especially those that, claim the Moorish identity. So you won't get caught up being a paper terrorist. So one of the things that's going around in the community is squatting in houses and all that stuff, and talking about canceling corporate debt and all that crap. And I ask everybody, what is corporate debt? You don't have any corporate debt. So what corporate debt are you going to cancel? What you have is you are a willing obligor. You went into contracts like your house, your car, and all those contracts that you went in as a willing obligor. And the promissory note and if you got credit, whatever you did, to say you were going to be honorable to those things. But when we get in our community, when we get these people talking about canceling corporate debt, and you can file all this and that and that and that, and living things for free, and talk about this your land, and that's that sovereign citizen, crazy ass militia crap. I want to overthrow the government, stupid shit. Excuse my candor. That's not more science. And see, a lot of people done got this book and got themselves in trouble. This book is not to teach you nothing. See, a lot of our people just want like they think they're going to shake a tree. And they look at things and they see people on the internet and they do a money flash. And you think you can file a whole bunch of stuff and you're going to get something from these people on the internet. And I tell everybody, you cannot claim your nationality. Nobody on the internet can file some paperwork for you and you're going to magically file something and you're going to get some whole bunch of money in the mail. All you're doing is a paper trail. And that's what? Mail fraud. I'm telling you. And so this shit right here, what people be showing, they know this shit is nothing. All them little boys in their mama basement flashing money and people talk about, I can get you this and I can get you that. They have nothing. They in their mama basements making YouTube videos. I'm telling you. So, this book, when they talk about give yourself credit, money doesn't grow on trees, this is for educational purposes only. This shit ain't for no financial advice. It say this information is offered for educational purposes only, not to be taken as legal advice. These statements might be true or false. So if that says it in here, then I hope you have the right tool and the right aptitude to not to take this bullshit and some little boy showing his book talking about what they can get you and holding and doing a money spread. Like that is asinine. I tell people we don't got caught up just chasing stuff. This is trash. Period. I don't care what nobody think. This is trash. You squatting in houses, squatters have no rights. You have to understand a lot what's going on instead of just thinking you're going to magically have something. The next thing is all these people talking about, oh, I'm a Moor and I don't have to go to jail and do this if I do crimes and this and this. And you talk about some Zodiac laws and some Sundry Moore Act bullshit, and you think that's going to help you defend your case and you're a criminal. That's trash. So let me read something to you. For all these fake Moors talk about they some consular court. You ain't no consular court. You just some Negro dressed up like Translator Z in the basement. All of them in jail. The Moroccan, what does he call himself? The governor of Morocco, whatever the hell. The damn president of Morocco. Let me show y'all something else. I don't even know if I threw it away. I used it for. Oh, no, I didn't. See, I was using this book to show people what not to do. It's a lot of stuff that you shouldn't do. This is nothing neither, man. It's a lot of copy and paste stuff that'll get you in trouble. I promise you. It's a lot of stuff in here that'll get a person really in trouble. When people talk about, and I showed y'all all the USC codes when impersonating diplomats and all that. What the federal crime is, all that, and the state crime. So we shouldn't be getting caught up with people here acting like they something and they don't want to be who Allah made them. They want to magically be something. So when everybody be talking about the consular courts, ain't no such thing as no Moorish American sitting in their basement, no consular court. Ain't no sheik or no shit, no consular court. Ain't nobody got no makeshift goddamn court in their goddamn basement doing YouTube videos. That shit fake, fake, fake. All of it is fucking fraud. It's fake. And they only do that to our people. So I'm going to read something. This is scholarship, Carnell Law. This is a digital repository. 1893, Consular Courts, Cornell Law School, for all these smart guys. I'm going to get to the good part because they always be acting like they know some stuff. Matter of fact, let me just read it to get you warmed up. The Consular Courts, Part 1, Section 1. Throughout so-called Christian lands, the principle of the control of the laws and the courts of the foreigners, with the exemption of certain privileged persons in general, is fully established now. And the functions of council are fixed by special treaties and by laws of their own country. In these countries, the councils, besides watching over the commercial interests of their nations and securing the commercial rights of their citizens of their states, have several duties which may be enumerated below to legalize by their scale the acts of foreign judicial or functionaries and to authenticate marriages, birth, and deaths among their countrymen within their consular districts. Blah, 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 blah. But see, I'm not going to read all that. I'm going to get to the part where they be lying. So you know what the sundry morac is in 1790. Read that. But then, this is how they get y'all caught up in the lies. Let's deal with it. The treaty between the United States and Morocco gives the council of the former exclusive jurisdiction in disputes among the citizens of the United States, and in criminal cases, it is provided by the 21st article of the same treaty, which reads as follows, eloquently, with a silver tongue. Listen, if a citizen of the United States should kill or wound a Moor, or on the contrary, if a Moor shall kill or wound a citizen of the United States, the law of the country takes place, and equal justice shall render the council assisting at the trial, and if any delinquent shall make his escape, the council shall not be answerable for him in any manner whatsoever. I can go all the treaties of Madagascar, all this. So when people be just blabbing up at the mouth and they talk about they got some goddamn prisoners of war paperwork to get you out of jail, some goofy women talk about they some Sharifian officer, man, that is the dumbest stuff ever. And this right here, this copy and paste stuff, where people, look, man, there's no disrespect to nobody. But, dude, you cannot go around saying, oh, yeah, this, if you put DDD and PhD behind it, and then everybody that graduated from that area in that time, this person ain't on there, and then people copy and paste their name, like this stuff, you can use this in court. Man, this is very, very dangerous. Look, it's talk about with a blank to sign your name. Some national, and then listen what it say. It says, this document, Clock of Destiny, Moorish birthright, is not bona fide without club membership. Clock of Destiny card, Moorish nationality card, Clock of Destiny, Moorish birthrights, Zodiac Constitution of the Great Seal, the highest law of the land, and seal, and listen to this, impression and signature, this one, I'm just reading it to you, of T. King Connolly Bay, publisher and co-author, Zodiac Constitutional Lawgiver. Huh? What the fuck, man? Like, of who? Of who, though? Of people fictitious stuff. And that's why I'm saying, man, don't do some stuff that'll mess your life up. Don't do stuff that'll mess your life up. Just listen to cronies. I'm telling you, and people don't read and don't know what they looking at. At some stuff that means fucking nothing. Like this right here. They got this AA22 number. And I told y'all what that shit mean. It don't mean what you think. The Code of Laws of the United States of America of a general and permanent character. Enforced January 3rd, 1935, 1934 edition. Consolidated, codified, set forth, and published in 1935. in the 159th year of the Republic with, with the index. But all this shit, it's like, it don't mean nothing. It's copy and paste. It's truth and falsehood. And then here go the note. Trustee and commentary, brother by brother. So it's saying it's commentary. I'm just reading it for you. I'm telling you, man, people got to explain what this shit means. You just can't throw shit out there and then people take the shit and then they get themselves in troubles and shambles. And they got the guy, I ain't hating on the brother, Taj Tariq Bey. I'm just reading this shit to you. Moorish Order of the Round Table for instructional purpose only. Charles Mosley Bey, PhD, LLD. Hey, so when a person say they PhD, no disrespect. If you put PhD, where's your PhD from? I hope it ain't no diploma mill like a lot of them brothers be doing and then say, oh, my degree from here. Like that brother on the internet. His name is, I can't even think of the brother name. Damn. It was just on my tongue. And him and the dude, I say Alicia Keys. I don't like this, but y'all know, I forget the dude name. He talk about he think out of the box and space and all this. And then the dude, it could be easily find out if you say you got a degree from Harvard or a certificate that you could get for free on the internet. But these people be saying they this person, and then the person that graduated from Harvard ain't even him. It was a successful person. So I'd be like, are we defrauding our own people? But this is what we do. But whatever. So if you say you a PhD, if I say I gotta do a bachelor's degree, if I say I gotta do a bachelor's degree from Clear University, you should be able to go in the archives at Clear University and look. And let me see if Kareem Goodman Bey got to do a bachelor's degree from Clear University. Yep. If I say, hell, I got a dual master's degree from Grand Canyon University in first century history and religion with a minor in linguistics, you should be able to look me up in the archives the year I say I graduated, right? Absolutely. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not finna get no green screen and fraud my people. If I put all these letters behind my name, damn it, you should be able to find it. If not, it's a fraud. Oh, well, they didn't mean that. Well, that's bullshit. That's the same thing with the religious Muslim dude. Talk about he got a master's degree in Christian history and a master's degree in marketing and advertising. Do y'all understand what I'm saying with a green screen? And they say the president of the school is the goddamn, what do he call himself? The sovereign of Hawaii, some goofy shit. No disrespect. It'd be appalling to those that really done it. For a person that can fake the funk. And they would say, well, no. It says, I'm reading it. Charles Mosley Bey, PhD, LLD. A third 30-degree, 360-degree master mason, free Moorish, master astrologer, and Moorish constitutional lawgiver. The lawgiver of what? Because a lot of this shit you talk about is not, you can't find it in the Library of Congress no more. Dude, damn it, Nas got his goddamn music in the Library of Congress. Insomni has copyright certificates. So what if it's copyrighted? I know books that's copywritten. My books is copywritten. What the fuck that mean? Nothing. Registered in the United States Department of Justice under truth. A Library of Congress. Copyright. Which reveal at law. Which reveal what? This person ain't sit at the table with no law. No disrespect to nobody. This affirms the pre-existing status of the Moors in all matters of interchange, commerce, and law with the European side of the nation. What that mean? The specific copyright certificate of note, here we go again, Clock of Destiny. What is that? Did Noble Ali talk about the Clock of Destiny? Moorish American Nationality Card of Identity with Zodiac Constitution. Has register number AA22141. If I go get my shit from the temple and show you none of this shit, there's nothing. No disrespect to nobody. No disrespect. The Moorish Science Temple of America is only one. We got a tax ID card, we got membership card, and we got ID card. I go pull my shit out. We got baptism paper, all this fictitious shit. It's some made up shit. No disrespect to nobody. Y'all can play that game if you want to, and everybody gonna go to jail. See, they take pieces of the shit with the profit, like the bylaws and shit, and then they start stamping their own name on shit. I'm like, dude, like, why are you gonna use this? Like, what person is always in court? A criminal. Ain't no disrespect. How can it be disrespect? How can it be? Listen to this. This is what they telling you. Copyright 1994, published in 2013. All in 1947. Rights reserved. All symbols and trademark. A free Moorish American master builder. Third 33 degree 6. I go get that Zodiac law shit right here. That every criminal that went to jail tried to pull it out. Got their head bust. I got it down there. Don't try to pull that shit out from court. New order. The universe, symbol of the 12 Zodiac sign. All that stuff. The crest. Yeah, I hear all that. And then this is the Zodiac Constitution for the Moorish Nation of Moorish America, referred as Negroes, Indians, blah, blah, blah. But it's only one temple. You better remember that. The Constitution is the foundation of the Clock of Destiny, Volume 1 and 2. See? The Clock of Destiny of Volume 1 and 2 ain't no law. I got the Clock of Destiny of Volume 1 and 2. That shit, you can't use that. What, man? And everybody know I'm telling the truth. But you see how y'all getting in trouble? With Clock of Destiny Volume 1 and 2. And then they just... Dude, I know the game. Copyrighted by C.M. Bay and privately published, co-authored, and distributed by T. King Connolly Bay. See, man? And then beware. Name, previous name, nationality, Moorish American or Moorish national, occupation, date of birth, marriage by, this constitution of the law of the Moorish nation, federal identification or computer identification. This is what's going on. Man, come on, man. We can't be operating like this, y'all. We cannot. The Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School is a school. I teach all people. I told y'all, I'm not here to take nobody through the fire. I teach all law, history. A teacher. See, these people playing with y'all, acting like they some professionals or something, but got fictitious names, acting like they graduated from Harvard and from universities. With degrees, and they have nothing, and they got green screens, and they done graduated from ICDC College. Remember that shit back in the day? ICDC College with Master P and Romeo? And then here it is, these religious Muslims. I love all my people, but they don't talk about they got a master's degree and a doctorate degree, and then Tank is an honorary doctorate degree from the same university. And you look at that website, man, some of my elementary students can do a better goddamn PowerPoint presentation than that with speaker notes. That shit is trash. But that's what we do. We try to fool our people. So let me give you all a little bit of the Moorish Science Temple of America, how it was set up. See, a lot of people talk about they don't pay taxes and they ass went to jail for that shit. No disrespect. No disrespect. See, it's a lot of truth and falsehood. See, they ain't gonna come to me with that trash because I don't respect no old person or young person. That's a criminal. I bet you ain't gonna take that shit to no Europeans. I bet you ain't gonna take that shit to court. All of them getting their head busted and all they women and wives on welfare. It gotta be. They're dealing with a man like that, acting a goddamn fool, especially if you got kids. I be feeling sorry for these babies. I really do. Because these women is fucking blind. Excuse my candor. Especially when they screaming, leave him alone. He the Consulate General of Morocco. How the hell he the Consulate General of Morocco living in Massachusetts with felons? That shit goofy. We out here playing make-believe. And that's what Negroes want, make-believe. Like this ain't no make-believe. You will find out the hard way. So let's deal with it. Let's deal with it a little bit. When I talk about the definition of state for all these smart guys. A state is a people permanently occupying a fixed territory, bound together by common law, habits, and customs. That's what make you Moorish. Into one body politic. One body politic. When they about we a body politic, understand what I'm saying. And they have to do nothing about no freaking money. Exercising through the medium of an organized government. Understand that. Stay in the science. Stay in the context. Independent sovereignty. I ain't say no sovereign citizen. Stay in the context because you can't be no sovereign and no citizen. That's an oxy-freaking-moron. And control over all persons and things within its boundaries capable of making war and peace, of entering into international relations with other communities in the globe. A political unity. Concretely viewed, a state is a body politic. Listen, a state is a body politic possessing sovereignty. I ain't say no sovereign freaking citizen. Any body politic possessing sovereignty is entitled to be called a state. I hope they listen for these smart guys, these criminals. See, they don't want to deal with the real. They want to play. It's a good characteristic to describe the Moorish Science Temple and the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple of School. The people described in this state would be described as the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, what we have created the same way, lawfully, and by definition of a state. The fixed territory for our state would be northwest, southwest, east, here, you home. Common law habits would be focused towards when the temple was established. It was the practices in chapter 32 when Nobudrali established the temple. Stay with me. So if any temple is open up, it's fictitious. Because you must follow how it's done of the Herb Smith revised status of the state of Illinois. That's why I'm the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. I've been through that fire. It's trash. No disrespect. I ain't disrespecting what the prophet made, but what these modern Negroes doing, man, that shit just church. By definition of state, the character who would be independent, sovereignty, in our state is the Holy Prophet. That's why in Masonry, you can't be no stupid ass widow's son. Stay in the science. Prophet Nobudra Ali is the true sovereign. Moorish Science Temple of America, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, is a sovereign body. Stay with me. We are not sovereigns, but members of a sovereign body, politic, and corporate. In comparison with the term state, now you got to define the term body politic for all these smart guys. Body politic in this context is defined as a social compact by which the whole people, covenant, I ain't say no oath, I said covenant, with each citizen, stay with me, and each citizen with the whole people, that all shall be governed by certain laws for the common good. Also a term applied to a municipal, a corporation, a school district, a county, a city, a state, or a public association. See, for the smart guys. So when looking at the term government, you can see that this term has a connection between the term state, body politic, and body corporate. And you can understand the similarities of these particular terms. I hope you see. Government derived from the Latin term gubernaculum, Gubernaculum, which is defined as the system of polity in a state that form of fundamental rules and principles by which a nation or a state is governed. Polity is the form of government. Are y'all with me? Talk to me. I gotta get some juice. I done had a workout, man. And I'm finna go do my thing. See, a teacher that's gonna teach. If people wanna donate, that's fine. But I go on campus, I don't have to even ask. That's why I love doing what I'm doing. So let's deal with it. Whether theocracy, federal, anarchy, etc. There are many forms of governments, but this particular, in this context, form of government that the Moorish Science Temple of America is under, that the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple is under, is known as what? A theocracy. See, a theocracy is defined as a government of a state by the immediate direction of the great God Allah, or by the assumed direction of a superstitious divinity, or that state thus governed. As members of this body politic, we recognize the creator God Allah alone guides this divine and national movement. The theocratic entity differs from the form of a secular entity. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, is a divine and national movement that has divine laws and holy laws that each member are to uphold and preserve if they are to earn the name of faithful as afforded by Act 7 of the Moorish Divine Constitution and bylaws. Read it for yourself. Read it for yourself. You ain't got to listen to nothing I'm saying. If not, then they making their shit up as they go. So they ain't studying Moorish science. They making their own thing up as they go. Just what it is. Everybody talk about overthrowing the government. You got to be a fool. So listen to the state. The Moorish Science Temple of America was established as a religious corporation, same way as the BBT, by filing the affidavit of organization, document 1010-5905, form 1099, recorded in the recorder of deeds office in the county of Cook, state of Illinois, on August 1st, 1928 AD at 2:52 p.m. Research it. And at that time, through this affidavit, because that's all it was, our holy prophet Noble Ali gave birth to a free national government as an ecclesiastical body politic and corporate under the revised status of the state of Illinois, chapter 36, section 36. Research it. So when you see the science, everything was done under a science. July 20th, 1928 was on the third day in the beginning of the new moon during the sign of Virgo. August 1st, 1928 was the day of a full moon. It wasn't no coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. And on that time, he had the affidavit notarized and recorded. The affidavit on August 1st, 1928 AD at 2:52 p.m. I asked all the smart guys. So during this time, as all the temples should be set up, the Heard Smith Revised Status, Chapter 32, and Act Concerning Corporations, Section 36, Religious Corporation Act, it played a huge origin on establishing the Moorish Science Temple of America as an ecclesiastical, body politic, and corporate. You see? So how can any subordinate temple of the Moorish Science Temple of America not operate under the Heard Smith Revised Status, Chapter 32, Section 36? Because this act clearly states that, and I quote eloquently with a silver tongue, any church, congregation, or society formed for the purpose of religious worship may become incorporated in the matter of, by, and I prophet cross out electing, and he simply said appointing, according to its usages or customs at any meeting held for the purpose, two or more trustees, warden, or vestrymen, or such officers whose powers and duties are similar to those of trustees, as shall be agreeable to the usage and customs, rules, and regulations of such congregation, church, or society. And many adopt a corporate name, and upon the filing of the affidavit as hereafter provided, it shall be remain a body politic and corporate by the name so adopted. Research the precedent law case or the doc number, source PA 81-1509. Research it for yourself. So you can see when you study this Religious Corporation Act and glance at the affidavit of organization, which is the original form of the 1099 for all the smart guys, you can see how our Prophet Noble Ali followed the substantial form of this revised statute, and then expressly organized a ecclesiastical body politic and corporate known as what? The Moorish Science Temple of America, and by that name so adopted. And this simple demonstration is going to illuminate and diffuse all the confusion and foolishness of those who say our Prophet Noble Ali did not establish a nation state. And I know a lot of people don't understand the science because they just listen to a lot of cronies. And many people might ask how this body politic and corporate duly established. The answer is very simple. By filing the county of Cook in the recorder of deeds office. The affidavit substantially expressed by the Prophet Noble Ali, himself being the presiding officer. That's it. It ain't nothing else. You know, he swore that the meeting of the members was held. He stated facts of our power and authority and having sheiks duly appointed, and consecrated. This instrument is well known as our authority, but it's really titled the Affidavit of Organization. Research it. And by definition, listen clearly. An organization can include, and I quote, a wide range of entities. Don't these smart guys know it? That's why you have to be organized the right way. Why you think the Klan can walk down the street with their guns? Because they organize the right way. And they're a fraternity the same way I am. I have the muftis of Allah. I do everything lawfully. That's why I tell people, man. Organization, listen clearly, is defined as a corporation, a government, or a governmental subdivision, or an agency, a trust, estate, a partnership, association, or two or more persons having a joint interest, or any other legal or commercial entity. What the scripture says, when two or more gather, there I am, but you don't understand. That's why people chase money. It ain't about the money. It's about the vibration. It's about the people. I'm telling you. You can go deeper. In order to organize as an ecclesiastical body politic, a corporate, at that time, a church, society, or congregation, pursuant to the laws of the Heard Smith Revised Status of the state of Illinois, the affiant had to file in the office of the recorder of deeds an affidavit. Substantially, excuse me. Sorry about that. In the following form of the Heard Smith Revised Status, Chapter 32, Section 36, but they're going to say, we don't need this no more. We don't need that. And but then I'll show you the letter from the CCRD where they trying to lie, talking about the 1010 number is some trust fund at the end of the rainbow, and that shit be lawfully destroyed. But then they still promulgate this shit. And they got the letter from the damn county clerk in 2016. I got the shit. I be telling y'all, it's free information. They better not play. I'll make all of them look like criminals. But I play nice. I play nice. They know they criminals. They know it. The affidavit or a copy that is duly certified by the recorder shall be received as evidence due incorporation for such congregation, church, or society. Source PA 91357 EFF 72999. And here go a copy of it. The affidavit how Noble Drew Ali set up the temple. So when they lying, they just lying. Then he talk about they some writ writers. All this fake shit is all lies. All lies. Even the ones that put the book out lied. They talk about they don't pay taxes and they went to jail for tax evasion. All lies. So I don't care what none of them say. I ain't nobody friend. This is the revised status the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali used to substantially draft out the affidavit of organization recorded in the County of Cook Recorder of Deeds office. He swore this affidavit of organization to himself, signing as Noble Drew Ali, but filing as Noble Drew ALLI. Take time to understand. He acted as a private person or private juridical in the form of two characters. He also appointed persons as sheiks, also adopted a corporate name, and many other significant details on this affidavit that you can point out. The Moorish Science Temple of America derived its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad to promulgate the faith and extend the learning and the truth of the great prophet of Ali in America. This is a very important statement on this affidavit because it shows that we are given a divine mission to promulgate the faith of Muhammad in America. This particular Quran of Muhammad, also known as the Holy Quran of Mecca, is a divine instruction of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, passed down to all Moorish American children of all ages. Every Muslim is born and not made. Those who love this divine and national movement, founded by the founder, Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, will take heed to this divine words, because they are the spirit of the truth within the highest plane of life. This is the Holy Quran of Mecca, of the Moorish Science Temple of America, is to teach man how to redeem himself from his sinful ways and bring him back to his original state of consciousness before he lost his vast estate. His vast estate is your consciousness. Ain't got to do with no man-made land. These cronies is goofy. This Holy Quran is the highest authority known to the holy laws among the earth because it is based on the essence of the divine law given from the prophet through his father God Allah. This is the holy book, whereas the Moorish Science Temple of America derived its power and authority from according to the said affidavit of organization. Learn from these divine instructions of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali on how to conduct yourself, your lifestyle, in a way that the lower self can be circumscribed and the higher self perfected. There are rules and usages of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. And these rules will consist of the Moorish divine constitution and bylaws of humanity. It's right in your Moorish Quran. We got the humanities book, the Holy Quran, Circle 7. Every statement issued by our Prophet Noble Drew Ali to the Moorish Americans should be honored in spirit along that narrow path that we are to walk because he is an angel sent to bring us to the everlasting gospel. So when we talk about rules, a rule is an established standard, guide, or regulation, a principle or regulation set up by authority, prescribing or directing action or forbearance as the rules of a legislative body, of a company, court, public office, of the laws of ethics. The 5 principles that we stand on are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We must uphold these principles to the best of our advantage because by living these principles, we are in accordance with the holy and divine laws of the Moorish Science Temple of America. We do not choose to live by hate, slander, lewdness, murder, theft. And now that we know the rules of this state, let's now go into the customs and the usages. Customs and usages are defined as a usage or practice of the people by common acquaintance and by long and varying habit, has become compulsory and has acquired the force of a law with respect to the place or subject matter to which it relates. So the question is, what do members of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School have as far as our customs? Our customs that we have are what we practice. These are the 5 highest principles that we practice daily. 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 Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Moorish Science Temple of America. Our prayer is a custom at the opening and closing of our Circle 7 Quran meetings, celebrating our Holy Prophet's birthday, January 8th, as we do every year at our Moorish Ball, and our Authority Day on July 20th. And that's my Empress Solar return. Each year are also customs, simply wearing your Moorish fez or your turban. Our customs we have to honor our foremothers and forefathers. Y'all with me? Teaching our people that they are not Negro, black, colored folks, or Ethiopians is also a custom and method of uplifting. Another custom is flying our Moorish flag. Covenant and oath. When we look back at the definition of body politic, we realize that there are important actions that citizens and nationals and subjects are to make a custom with themselves. A covenant of a citizen is an agreement or promise of 2 or more parties by deed, writing, signed, and delivered, by which either of the parties pledge himself to the other that something is either done, shall be done, or shall not be done, or stipulates for the truth of certain facts. You see? This stuff is simple. See, what our Prophet Noble Drali taught, we are to attend the covenants put in place under this body politic. But is there a covenant for the unity of the Asiatic race? This covenant is known as a holy covenant of the Asiatic nation. It's in your Moorish Quran, chapter 25. You see? That booklet was divinely prepared. You ain't say he wrote, it's divinely prepared. Divinely prepared by Noble Drali. Just like all my literature, it's divinely prepared. It's gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared. Just like in academia. And when you covenant through the holy covenant of Asiatic nation, you covenant with the whole people. And the whole people covenant with you. And to covenant is to make a pledge. See? A pledge has a broad definition, but the main focus for now is that it is a promise or an agreement by which one binds himself to do, or forbears himself to do, or forbears something. That's why the promise or the agreement are the conditions of the pledge itself. So when thinking about U.S. citizenship, I personally used to wonder why the 14th Amendment citizens pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. Unfortunately, my brothers, U.S. citizens think that being born here makes you a citizen, but it's not true. U.S. citizens are naturalized, but not nationalized. It's a big difference. And I go further than that in another teaching. I did this stuff in academia. To lawfully be a subject or citizen of any form of government, depending on the rules and customs of that society under its constitution and government. Just like if you are African American, why you just can't go back to Africa? You should already have dual citizenship. One must subscribe and take an oath to its constitution and government. And this goes for proclaimed Moorish Americans by taking an oath of amnesty. But they tell you don't need none of this. I don't care what nobody say. You do what you must for your righteousness and reconstruction of the Emancipation Proclamation, an executive order issued by President Abraham Lincoln in 1865. You got to remember Abraham Lincoln defended the Moore in court in 1853, the Spencer and Dungy case, but y'all know that. You a true American citizen. This oath is to be subscribed by a grand sheik, which is an officer lawfully authorized to administer such an oath, and then such an oath has been recorded in the county. It's just simple. It's like you don't got to go to the courts to do no marriage, but who am I? Moore's telling you to do that. Our prophet ain't tell us to do that. But who am I once again? I'm not here to argue or debate with nobody. Do what you please. And when a member of this body politic and corporate takes the oath of amnesty and reconstruction, he or she becomes part and parcel of the said government and returns back to the family of nations, which is the Asiatic nation. The term said denotes something declared or before mentioned. That's all. I hope we know that in that context. On your nationality card, if you come from the temple, Noble Drali declared you are a Muslim under the divine laws of the Holy Quran of Mecca. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Then he's showing you that you are a citizen of the USA, coming out of a excuse me, a rebellious state. You have to take the said oath to be a citizen of the perpetual union again. So when you talk about the term said government, it already been used in the Moorish divine constitution and the bylaws a couple times, particularly in Act 4, 6, and 7. And it denotes, you got to know what denote means. It denotes a government in a former time. Big job, done. So don't get all your marbles twisted up. And to be a part of a said government is to be an equivalent of, whether citizen, subject, but everybody talk about they ain't no American, they some sovereign citizen, and that's an oxymoron. They be talking about they some foreign national, and that's a fucking oxymoron. Noble Ali wasn't no stupid ass foreign national, but who am I? The subject of every property through citizenship or nationalization. And the term parcel refers to a part or portion of land. That's it. A part of an estate. That's it. Parcel, which they always get their panties ruffled. As used with reference to land generally, means a continuous quantity of land in the possession of an owner. You. The estate that we probably own would be, man, I can just drop it down later, but I want you to stay here. Don't get caught up in something outside of yourself. You got to understand what I'm saying. To be a part and parcel of this said government is to be a member of the perpetual union of the USA and in the existing rebellion like the Confederacy. This is why members who take the oath of amnesty and reconstruction are congratulated and welcomed back to the family of nations. Research it. You got to be... I ain't talking about nothing serious. The question you got to understand is by taking an oath, the covenant, and proclaiming your nationality as a Moorish American under Act 6. Are we members of two states, the Perpetual Union and the Moorish Temple of America? Think about it. It makes you think about how deep the prophet was. And the answer is yes and no. See, when I talk about science, but everybody think they got to figure out, you can't if you're not going to use your brain. You got to understand that you are true citizens of the capital U.S.A, and people don't know what I'll be talking about. You got to understand that many minds are. How is a Moorish American duly a member of a sovereign body politic? See, that's very simple. There has to be conditions set forth, members intended by the founder, for both agree upon. I just broke it down. And if this is successfully taking place, so thankfully, Act 6 of the Moorish Divine Constitution and the bylaws of the Moorish Temple of America is the agreements between the member and the founder. This is simple. It's not a pledge. Is it not? The Holy Prophet Noble Ali expressed that to be a Moorish American member of this body politic, you have to proclaim it. Teach our people their nationality. You ain't no sovereign citizen. You ain't no foreign national. And divine creed, faith of Muhammad, to know that they are not Negro, blacks, in color. See, when people talk about Jesus spoke Aramaic and the word of God, he spoke Aramaic, well, the word of God is Allah. Research it. Don't be mad at me. Research it for yourself. If Jesus spoke Aramaic, research it. Color or Ethiopians and proclaim a free national name, El or Bey. And exchange the person and effects will be redeemed by the prophet, an inhabitant of the northwest south shores of Africa, home. That's why when you study maritime and admiralty law, it's a beautiful position to be proud of. That's why I'm thankful to be a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. That's honorable. That's a real body politic and corporate. We real. Estate and property of the state. The fee simple absolute is defined as an estate limited absolutely to a man and his heirs as assigns forever, without limitation and condition. An absolute or fee simple estate is one in which the owner is entitled to the whole property with unconditional power or disposition during one's life and descending to their heirs and legal representatives upon one's death. Intestate. I hope y'all following me. Just like when you say power of attorney, and there's certain things I can show you how a certain power of attorney that's go for life. Such a state is unlimited as to duration, disposition, even in death. By fee simple absolute, man or grantor of our estate would be Prophet Noble Ali. When everybody be talking about they some widow's son. How? The heirs would be the Moorish Americans with their free national name, El or Bey. Annexed to the name your mama gave you, which is your coat of arms, your family crest. So be careful not to throw your name for a morsel of bread. Timothy Drew Ali is the owner of the whole property. His position of the estate is the holder in due course. The holder in due course. Just like I am of the BBT. A holder who takes an instrument for value in good faith and without notice that is overdue or has been dishonored of any defense against or claim to be in on the part of any person. A payee may be a holder in due course. See? Man, this is too easy, man. When our Prophet Noble Jali grants the land described to us, what land? You. Absolute D, Act 6 of the Moorish Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Man, we done got twisted being criminals. So, it's too much. Sheiks of the Moorish Zion Temple of America, according to paragraph 164 of the Herd Smith, there shall be 2 or more of its members and trustees, wardens, and vestrymen, or such officers whose powers and duties. It's time? Oh. Huh? Okay. I think 12. What time you got to be there? All right. Are similar to those of trustees, shall be agreeable to the uses and customs, rules, and regulations of such congregation or society. Man, it's just too much. Let me give y'all a little bit. Persons. You got to notice that the term persons on the affidavit of the organization was in all caps, and most people will ridiculously express. You didn't know that you did that? Sheiks are who was considered interest persons, which include heirs, children, spouses, creditors, beneficiaries, etc., having a property right in or claim against a trust estate or the estate of a descendant, ward, or protected persons, which may be affected by the proceeding. When people get caught up with them caps, they don't know what the hell they talking about. I'm telling you what I know. They just playing around. And they don't have nothing. Express trust is a direct trust. This is a trust declared in express terms and usually in writing. It's just so much that you have to understand. In common law, what makes these 2 deeds lawful? It has to be a sealed instrument containing a contract or a covenant delivered to the party to be bound thereby and accepted by the party to whom the contract or the covenant runs. It's a lot. That's why I said I hope Moors don't get caught up with being a paper terrorist, foreign and abroad. When they talk about they finna expatriate from the de facto government, then who you have allegiance with? When you talk about when you're getting ready to expatriate from this de facto government, you have no understanding on what's going on. What have happened is you just sat and watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos. That's what you done. And you jump from people, and then you watching videos about masonry, and then you watch a whole bunch of crazy people talking about they the king of more than all this, with all that crazy mental shit. I said, dude, that is not more science. And you don't see no God man out acting a fool like that. So I want us to understand that. Nobody can make you nothing. If you want to learn, subscribe to my Temple and School page on YouTube, Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. We also on Instagram at burningbushtabernacle.ts. Come to class and learn. Every Saturday we have a history, a law, and civics. And then Sunday we have Sunday school. We work out Saturday and Sunday on our Temple and School page as well on YouTube. We have a whole library, mypdfbooks.com, and also right now, our new company, My Nobles, we're printing and binding books. And you can get a lot of information from the CCRD. I read that for y'all. The County Clerk or Recorder of Deeds. And it's telling you that them Negroes lying about that 101099 number. See? And in that county, you can record all types of documents. So when they talk about this 1099 and some trust fund at the end of the rainbow, they lying because I got the document. I'm telling you. They can make all them lies up They can snot at their nose, but I'm going to tell you, they still lying. Period. So if you want to learn, come learn. If not, I feel sorry for a lot of people. As I close, this book got people in trouble. This copy and paste stuff, talking about you can get out of jail with some Clock of Destiny, Volume 1, Volume 2, and some CM Bay, no disrespect, talking about he PhD. Well, where you get your PhD from? The liquor store? See? And you can't be mad. And then these Negroes talk about they some consular courts. You ain't no consular court. Ain't no Negro around here, no Moorish, no consular courts. Them Negroes made that up with everybody so-called Grand Sheik and that bald-head man named Shalimar Bey. And then they ran off in the sunset. Let me read this to you. Ain't nobody finna do something and you get some special laws for no Moors. Man, these Negroes is straight criminals and they still out. Isn't that ironic that everybody done this, went to jail, but everybody so-called Grand Sheik and all these bald-headed people that done came with a scam, they done got their paper and what? And people done lost their lives, but these people Grand Sheiks and shit. That's how asinine we are. The treaty between the United States and Morocco. Listen again as I close. It gives the Council of the former exclusive jurisdiction in disputes among the citizens of the United States and in criminal cases. It is provided by the 21st article of the same treaty, which reads as follows. If a citizen of the United States should kill or wound a Moor, or, on the contrary, if a Moor shall kill or wound a citizen of the United States, the law of the country takes place, and equal justice shall be rendered, the council assisting at the trial. And if any delinquent shall make his or her escape, the council shall not be answerable for him or her in any manner whatsoever. And the last book that get these cronies in trouble. I'm finna cancel corporate debt. You don't have no corporate debt, smart guy. Your wife on welfare. Your rent $13. Your rent $13. Your rent $13. Your wife on welfare. So what you talk about? This is trash. This is not law. This ain't to be used for no goddamn legal advice. It says this information is offered for educational purpose only, not to be taken as legal advice. These statements might be true or false. If you in the state of Florida, you know what's happening? You are going to jail. See, the only people get caught up in contracts is Negroes. You let some goofy attorney talk about, oh, you got to get an eviction notice to get somebody out your house. Where's the contract did you have with them as being a tenant? You don't have one. So now they done got you caught up in litigation. See, they know the law. I'm telling you, and I know the law. I don't have to do no litigation. It's a whole nother contract. It's a whole nother piece of paper. I'm kicking them out. They broke and entered. And I'm coming with my security, my muftis of Allah, my armed service, and we dragging you out by the hair. The police gonna try to get there faster than me. Do y'all understand this law? These people are fictitious. Nobody can make nothing up. Nobody can claim your nationality. Nobody can have you file some paper and get you out of jail. It's all crony. I told y'all all this fake stuff is going to crumble on people's heads. And it's no disrespect. Any questions? If y'all want to learn, come to class. If you want any books in history, I'll break them down. I don't have any fake degrees. I can teach you history, science, and law. I can teach you things that you can go back in your community and do, which has been proven that I already do. You can't pay me for no course or no stupid shit like that. I'm a teacher. I can teach you something for a donation, and you can go back in your community and do it. This ain't no fake stuff. If you want land, I can show you how to get land with your people, just like me and my people have land. I have a whole book company, mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z. MoorishHaberdasher.com, where you can get all your Moorish American regalia. Our temple and school page. We have a web page. It's bbtsciencetemple.com. Man, I'm here to teach everyone, man. I'm not no religious person. I don't care about what you call it, what you claim it. I'm a Tasawwuf. I'm a Sufi. I'm a shaman. I'm a medicine man. I have to understand all this science. I have to adapt when I travel with my brothers and sisters. When I'm dealing with my Zulu, when I'm dealing with, peace be among him, my people that's under the science or Credo Matua, or my brothers that's under the Moradine, a Sheikh Bamboo, or when I'm dealing with my Jewish community, or when I'm dealing with my Tasawwuf. I mean, come on, man. We can't be acting like that. This all one science. And when you get to a higher level of science, that's what this is. It's the synchronicity. Oh, so when a fake European, no disrespect, the European Jew, the Albion, the Trelodike, when they do steal all your identity and they do the chicken twirling, you don't think that's culture and that comes from the continent of Africa? You don't think all that stuff comes from a place? I'm going to tell you, yes, it does. When I wear my yarmulke, When I wear my talent, that ain't nothing. The Igbo and the Igbo. I told y'all, my professors know what I'm saying. I show this, I teach this. It's no disrespect to no one. And I'm not gonna let nobody that look like me come with disrespect from the aspect of not knowing. And us as brothers, if we don't know, then we should have enough wisdom and enough aptitude to go in the land of knowing so we can have something to compare to. Because I'm not here to deny religion. I'm not here to deny a person's tongue. I don't care if you speak Bantu, Yoruba, gibberish, Aramaic. I'm telling you, I understand certain things. If Joshua, Jesus, and Hebrew and all that, if Jesus spoke Aramaic, well, damn, Allah. So I'm not here to deny nothing. I'm not here to argue with no name or what's outside theyself. But if you want to get into science, I'm not here to debate nothing. And that's what I tell my brothers, man. I'm not here to debate no one. So with that being said, man, I love y'all, man. Peace, light, and illumination. If you want to learn something, if you want to educate yourself, if you're thinking about going in anything, would it cost your money? I would ask you and illuminate to you to educate yourself on it. And if anything, take a real class and learn about it. Don't throw money at things thinking you're going to make something. You know, if a person talking about money, then it's a language. Ask them what's their ROI. Ask them to open a portfolio. Ask them what's the return on interest. Ask them what they really invested in. You can do that. Ask them are they on the Better Business Bureau. Ask them their real name. And you can see a pattern. And if they operate in Bitcoin, then they have a, how can I call it? It's easy to look up their address. They have a wallet. Any questions? Probably not. So, like I said, I love y'all, man. If y'all want any books, any wisdom, mypdfbooks.com. If you want books printed, our new company will be out real soon. It's called bindedbooks.com. So we're going to be out real soon, Nobles. And with that said, man, I just give everybody gratitude, man. We can't be out here acting like we don't know, and we have the opportunity to know. So, peace, light, and illumination.